that will help you with the presentation of your resume. In this session, you'll learn the importance of creating a great resume and how it can affect your employment opportunities. I'm your host, DeAndre Herskin, a talent development specialist at Michigan Works, Benton Harbor. So what is a resume? A resume is a marketing tool that presents you in the best possible light for the purpose of landing a job interview. A resume is a summary of what makes you a great employee and is designed to capture an employer's interest. Do you know hiring managers report that on average they only spend 15 to 45 seconds looking at a resume to determine if they want to move forward with an interview? That's not much time, is it? What are the essential parts of a resume? One of the first things employers will see, aside from your contact information, is your qualification summary. Your qualification summary indicate the kind of work you're looking for and highlight your best skills tailored for the position. Experience. Your experience highlight your skills and accomplishments, starting with your most recent employer. Education. Make sure to include any training, workshops, seminars, military training, or vocational schoolings. It shows the company that you're capable of learning. And your special skills. Your special skills highlight your accomplishments in previous job duties. In addition to what are essential parts of a resume, a good resume should answer these questions. How do I reach you? What career are you looking for? What skills do you have? And what have you learned? Also, a good resume should contain correct contact information, relevant skills and abilities, related experience, and your education background. Did you know it is not uncommon to have several resumes tailored to the various industries or positions you're searching for? For example, if you have customer service experience, administrative experience, and manufacturing experience, and you are applying for a customer service position, make sure that you highlight all your skills and experience as a customer service rep and tailor-make your resume for that position. The two basic types of resumes. Chronological. A chronological resume lists your jobs in chronological order, starting with your most recent experience first, followed by earlier jobs. Functional. A functional resume emphasizes your most important skills, supported by specific examples of how you have used them. This allows you to use any part of your life's history to support you. Here's an example of a chronological resume. One of the first things an employer will see is your contact information. Make sure to include your first and last name, your complete address, including the city, state, and zip code, a good contact number for the employer to reach you, and a professional email address. Ideally, you can use your first and last name. Qualification summary. This area tells the employer what experience you have and what positions you are seeking. This also tells the employer what you're qualified to do. Experience. This area shows your most recent employment. Also, it shows the positions you've worked, the company you worked for, the city and state, and the time you've worked there. Lastly, it also shows the type of work you've done in the specific position. Your education and certification. Make sure you include any education in this area, your high school diploma or GED, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, etc. Any certificates, completed trainings, first aid, CPR, etc. Even if you are still attending school, make sure you include that on your resume. It shows the company that you are capable of learning. Your special skills. Make sure you include any successes, recognitions, and accomplishments in your previous employment. You can display your knowledge or special skills in Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. List any honors, any school awards. Here's an example of a functional resume. Again, one of the first things an employer will see is your contact information. Make sure to include your first and last name, your complete address, including your city, state, and zip, a good contact number, as well as a professional email address. One of the things you'll see on your functional resume, right below that, areas of experience. For example, Matt Tanner is seeking and has experience in customer service or a sales representative. Qualification summary. The difference between a chronological resume format is the list of skills summary presented here. This will be placed here in a functional resume and listed at the bottom on a chronological resume. Experience with examples. Matt Tanner has sales and customer service experience as well as safety specialist experience, but you'll see here that a functional resume will list the years of experience in which Matt Tanner has, as well as accomplishments in the position, and you want to also add in the bullets some of the job description in which you have that experience in. Your education, it's pretty similar to the chronological resume format, but you want to make sure that you do include all education, even if you are still attending school. And when you get down to the job history or employment history, the difference between your functional resume and the chronological resume is it lists the positions you worked for, the employer's name, the city and state in which you have worked. It does not include a job description of each position you've worked in. Some employer criticism when it comes to resumes is that a lot of times we place irrelevant information on our resume to present it more full and complete. But remember, hiring managers report that they only spend anywhere between 15 to 45 seconds looking at a resume to determine if they want to bring you in for an interview. If your resume fails to convey accomplishments, misspellings, poor grammar, excessive wordiness, you want to make sure that you are using your ABC spell check. I'm guilty of it as well. Sometimes I see the red line and I don't make sure that the word is spelled correct. Again, ABC spell check could be your best friend. Incorrect punctuation. Overly boastful. Overly boastful is the I, me, my. Although you may be applying for an individual position, you are still a part of a bigger team. So you want to try to place yourself in the team player atmosphere. Poorly typed and or reproduced. We like to copy and paste to take a shortcut when it comes to updating our resume. But what you want to make sure that you do is if you are copying and you're pasting, make sure that you have the same font style, the same font sizes. Critical categories missing. You want to make sure that you are placing those critical elements into your resume, which places you in the best possible light of getting the job. Unclear qualifications or summary statement. So you want to make sure you're using keywords. So for example, seeking a career position within the sales field that will allow to utilize years of skills and experience to the fullest potential. Excessive use of acronyms. You want to shy away from acronyms when it comes to a professional resume. Reason being, different acronyms can mean different things in different industries. And dishonest content, that's an obvious. Resume writing do's and don'ts. You do want to make sure you're consistent in using different indentations, bold print, underlining, bullets, font styles, and sizes. You do want to use the same verb tense throughout. You do want to make sure you spell and grammar check. Again, ABC spell check will be your best friend when updating or creating a resume. You do also want to make sure you proofread. Do proofread again. And if you can, do have someone else proofread as well, if possible. And last but not least, you also want to use resume paper. At your local Michigan Works office, we allow up to 10 copies of resumes printed out on resume paper. If you are invited to a job interview, make sure you take at least 3 to 5 copies of your resume. Now, what you don't want to do is use pronouns, I, me, my. It shows that you're overly boastful. Place yourself as a team player employee. Don't abbreviate. Abbreviation falls under the same as acronyms. You don't want to send the wrong message to the employer. Don't overload your resume. Again, employers are only spending 15 to 45 seconds looking at your resume to determine if they want to bring you in for an interview. Don't lie or exaggerate. There's no elaboration on that one. Don't use the exact dates. It's preferred that you use the month and the year. Don't provide references. You don't want to overload your resume or give the employer too much information. Never give a reason for leaving your past job. And never write your wages desired. I would take the time out to learn more about the company, more about the position. 90% of the time you'll see a start pay and an end pay. This will give you leverage on how you negotiate your starting wages without having to throw numbers with your wages desired. Here are some simple resume and job search tips. You want to make sure you keep a record of the jobs you've applied for with employer name, the date you've applied, and a contact person if possible. Research the company before applying and understand what the employer is looking for. Do not include an email address on your resume if you do not check your email regularly, and make sure your email is appropriate and professional. Make yourself easily available. Have a professional voicemail message and a working contact number. And references should be on a separate document and only given upon request. Some additional simple resume and job search tips. Don't go back more than 10 years on your work history unless relevant to the position. Final copies of your resume should be printed on quality resume paper. Again, your local Michigan Works offices allows up to 10 copies of your resume on resume paper. Know the required skills and qualifications of the job. Keep your resume short and simple. We call it the KISS method. Your font style and font size for the main text on your resume should not be more than 10 or 12 point. And keep even margins on all 4 sides of a page and double spaces between sections. For more information on basic resume writing tips or to make an appointment with your local Michigan Works office, please visit www.miworks.org. There you will find Calendly links to your Benton Harbor location, your Paw Paw location, and your Dowagiac location. I would like to take this time to thank you for viewing our Resume Basics virtual workshop. Again, I am DeAndre Herskin, Talent Development Specialist, Michigan Works Benton Harbor, and I wish you nothing but luck and success in the creation of your resume. Thank you.